Alright, in our continuing series on the chronic issue of execution delays in the real estate industry, today we look at the case of Parsavnath Developers. This company counts itself as one of India's leading developers with a presence across 44 cities and with interests in not only housing but also retail, hospitality, SEZs and commercial offices. But over the years, the name Parsavnath along with its share value has declined in the eyes of its buyers and investors. Stalling construction for years by taking full payments from buyers is the strongest allegation that home buyers have levelled against Parsavnath. Here's a look at their case. Public anger in full force at Parsavnath Developers' annual general meeting this September. While inside closed doors, the company was assuring shareholders of its revival plans, out on the streets, their project investors were demanding answers. The home buyers protesting behind me are just a fraction of the thousands of people who've booked a home in a Parsavnath project. This developer has about 12 projects delayed across North India, each facing an average delay of about 4 to 5 years. Buyers of Parsavnath's La Tropicana project, waiting for their home since the last 10 years, allege their case is that of a planned delay.
इनको पिछली मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ अर्बन डेवलपमेंट ने तो एफएआर दे दिया था और इकोनॉमिकली वीकर सेक्शन के आधे मकान मार्केट में बेचने की परमिशन दे दी थी। अब ये लगे हुए हैं किसी तरह वो एफएआर 2.3 से बढ़ के 3 हो जाए।
इन्होंने इस तरीके से धोखा दिया कि 95% जो है लास्ट स्लैब तक ले लिया। जब तक स्लैब डालनी थी काम बड़ी तेज़ी से करते थे, लेकिन जैसे स्लैब पड़ गई पैसा नहीं घर पहुँच गया। They are sitting tight on us.
The harassment of home buyers continues at Parsavnath's Exotica Ghaziabad project that's delayed by 7 years.
इनके जो अप्रूवल्स थे वो 2012 में लैप्स हो चुके हैं। जीडीए से जितने भी अप्रूवल्स लिए थे वो सब लैप्स हो चुके हैं और उसके बावजूद ये लोग आए दिन फ्लैट्स बेच रहे हैं। जब ये लोग पैसा लेते रहे हैं, एफडीआई भी इन्होंने दिखाया कि जी एफडीआई कर दिया है हमने और अब 2 साल में प्रोजेक्ट मिल जाएगा, 1 साल में मिल जाएगा। वो कहाँ गया? एफडीआई भी गायब हो गया, सारा पैसा भी गायब हो गया।
At Parsavnath Exotica Gurgaon, home buyers also level the allegation of money laundering and intimidation.
खुलेआम कहते हैं कि गवर्नमेंट हमारी है, कोर्ट हमारी है, आप जो कुछ करना है वो कर लो। उसके बाद क्योंकि ये बिल्डर हैं, इन्हें पता है कि कंप्लीशन लेने के लिए ईडब्ल्यूएस बनने ज़रूरी हैं। उसके बाद कंप्लीशन मिलता है, उसके बाद हम पोजेसन दे सकते हैं। इन्होंने आज तक ईडब्ल्यूएस वहाँ शुरू नहीं करे हैं।
उनके घर की लेडीज़ से अपील करना चाहूँगी कि प्लीज़ वो ह्यूमैनिटेरियन ग्राउंड्स पे अब हमारी हेल्प करें। प्लीज़ डू समथिंग फॉर अस बिकॉज दिस इज़ नाउ रीचिंग ट्रैजिक प्रोपोर्शंस नाउ। बहुत लोग सफ़र कर रहे हैं, कर चुके हैं और आगे भी करेंगे अगर अभी भी कुछ नहीं किया इन्होंने तो।
But there came no words of assurances from Parsavnath's top management, so much so that buyers were even met with closed doors at their corporate office. Even the AGM buyers' claim was a customary eyewash.
कहीं ना कहीं शेयर होल्डर के पैसे को भी ये कंपनी खा चुकी है। 350 रुपये में शेयर दिया था, 650 तक पहुंचाया था रिगिंग करके, आज 25-30 रुपये में शेयर धक्के खा रहा है। दूसरी बात यह है, अंदर से जो हमें खबर आई, फर्जी इन्होंने अटेंडेंस बना रखी थी। अंदर कोई 1-2 आदमी अगर कोई सवाल पूछने भी लगे तो उनका कहना ये था कि मैं पहली लाइन पढ़ूंगा और आखिरी लाइन पढ़ूंगा। दैट इज हाउ ही कंडक्टेड हिज AGM.
On request from NDTV, the Parsavnath spokesperson said, and I quote, "As far as the delay is concerned, the company will honor the committed compensation as per flat buyer agreement for delay. We are focused on execution and delivery of our projects and will definitely fulfill the promise made to our esteemed customers." A company that rose from the ground from a small broker to one of North India's largest landholders, Parsavnath Developers' growth led them on an expansion spree. Today, the company is trying to trim a debt of about 1,300 crores. They plan to raise 1,000 crores through non-convertible debentures and by selling their non-core assets. They are leasing out a commercial project in Delhi expecting annual rentals of 100 crores. And they are constructing another prime office project in central Delhi where they will lease out 1.3 lakh square feet. But will any of this revenue be used to complete the many projects Parsavnath has stalled across cities? Or will this again be routed for land deals? Whatever action Parsavnath now takes, it cannot ignore the voice of the people, especially those with a united cause. With camera person AJ Joseph and Azam Siddiqui, Vasudha Sharma, NDTV. All right, false promises and zero action from Pasavnath drove hundreds of its home buyers to group together and form a buyers forum. We have two representatives from that forum today with us. Manoj Mittal is a flat allotee from Pasavnath La Tropicana in Delhi, and Dr. Kumar Vaibhav has booked a flat in Pasavnath Exotica, Ghaziabad. Also joining me from Delhi is our legal guide for today, Vaibhav Gaggar, partner Gaggar and Associates, solicitors and attorneys. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me today. Mr. Mittal, I'll begin with you first. Your biggest allegation is that this is a case of a planned delay, in fact a government-sponsored delay. Can you explain more why you're alleging this?
See, this is very simple. Something which was bought in 2004. There was a defined FAR at the time of 2004, which was 1.67. The project should have been completed by 2009. 2007, a master plan comes in which government gives a provision that FAR has to be increased from 1.67 to 2, in which basically the addition was for economically weaker section. Now the builder lobbies with the government. They ask them to raise this benefit from 2 to 2.3, और उसमें उनका एक मेन जो मुद्दा था, उन्होंने जाके गवर्नमेंट को ये बोला कि ये जो आपने 1.67 से 2 कर दिया, इससे इकोनॉमिकली वीकर सेक्शन का तो फ़ायदा हुआ लेकिन हमें कुछ नहीं मिला, जिसकी वजह से गवर्नमेंट ने एक बहुत ही प्लान्ड वे में पहले एक पब्लिक नोटिस निकाला कि ऑब्जेक्शंस बताइए, अगर कोई ऑब्जेक्शंस है, नहीं तो हम इसको 2.3 करने जा रहे हैं. और 2009 में वो जो EWS का जो FAR था उसको फ्री कर दिया और इनको बेनिफिट दे दिया कि 1.67 से आप 2 तक बना सकते हैं. तो पहला सवाल तो ये उठता है कि ऐसी क्या ज़रूरत थी किसी भी सरकार को कि वो बिल्डर को 1.67 से 2 का FAR दे, जबकि बिल्डर ने जो पैसे दिए जिस प्लॉट के 2004 में, उस प्लॉट के उस पैसे देते वक्त उसका 1.67 का ही हक था. और ये कहानी यहीं नहीं रुकी. 2013 के अंदर EWS हाउसेस के लिए इन्होंने दोबारा से एक प्लान बनाया, और जो EWS हाउसेस शुरू से गवर्नमेंट को आपने बना के वापस करने थे, 2013 के अंदर गवर्नमेंट ने एक और इनको फैसिलिटी दे दी कि वो EWS हाउसेस का 50% आप मार्केट रेट पे बेच सकते हैं. तो ये जो 50% का जो गेन दिया और मार्केट रेट पे बेचने का जो फैसिलिटी दी, इससे केवल और केवल सिर्फ बिल्डर को ही फ़ायदा होना है, ना सरकार को कोई फ़ायदा होना है, ना इकोनॉमिकली वीकर सेक्शन को फ़ायदा होना है. और दूसरी चीज़, जो मकान इकोनॉमिकली वीकर सेक्शन के वहाँ बनने थे उसके लिए अलाउ कर दिया कि आप किसी भी ऑल्टरनेटिव साइट पे बनाकर आप DDA को दे सकते हैं. अगर इस पूरे केस को स्टडी किया जाए तो इसमें अगर सरकार इनकी इन अनजस्टिफाइड डिमांड्स का साथ ना देती और इनको एंटरटेन नहीं करती तो ये डिले का और कोई कारण ही नहीं है.
Right. So that's the case of the La Tropicana project in Delhi, which Mr. Mittal is talking about. Dr. Kumar, in your case at Exotica Ghaziabad, there's a whole another case. There are not many sanctions for some of the towers. They've sold more than they planned for. What's happening there that's causing the delays?
Actually, the project started in April 2007. They have taken the permission from GDA. In around 16 February, the date is 16 February 2007, and the maps has been lapsed in 2012, February 2012, and they were selling like a lot of buyers are there which are with us who have bought the flats from these passionate people after 2012. 2013 buyers are also there. At that time the maps has been lapsed. They haven't given any, they are not going for the maps. और उन्होंने किसी भी तरह का कोई GDA में जाकर कोई सैंक्शनिंग के लिए, मैप्स अप्रूवल के लिए कोई एप्लीकेशंस नहीं दिए हैं किसी भी तरह के.
And that, Vaibhav, can I bring you in? That effectively exposes buyers to a long-term title issue problem also. No approvals, no sanctions.
Absolutely. Not only does it expose the buyers to some serious risk with respect to the titles and ownership, but I think it could be a death blow in terms of ever getting a completion certificate or getting their project up, because the money is going to remain stuck. I mean, I don't see them returning the money very easily, anyone for that matter, and a lot of these people have taken that up on EMI. There's already a huge delay which has already been caused, and if the maps and sanctions lapse, what happens to those loans? Because a mortgage is created on the property the banks have lent it to them. They are liable even to lose the money going to the developer and have to repay the bank. I see a colossal problem erupting here.
Right. Mr. Mittal, you've been following this case and also pursuing the right to get your home in La Tropicana for quite some time. You've really studied the details. Tell us the biggest defense of most of these big developers who really expanded during the upswing in the market, and later they faced problems when the funding got choked. The biggest defense is that recession hit the sector. What could we do? Do you think that's a valid defense? Could they have managed their money better?
No, I think as I earlier also said, it is the real reason for the whole delay is that they cannot manage their greed, and whatever they are saying, they are absolutely foolish reasons. In fact, one can laugh on it. Sometimes they say that the project got delayed because there was a labor shortage due to Commonwealth Games. Sometimes they say because of the global recession. And I am amazed that a project which got sold in its very launch itself, and people have already given 90-95% payment, where they have collected to the tune of 1,000 crores, and their admitted information is that they have till now invested only 400 crores, including price paid for the land buying. I am amazed that where is that 600 crore, what could be the reason for this delay?
Right. Mr. Mittal, Pasavnath in its statement to us said that they're going to honor the clause in the builder-buy agreement wherein they will pay the penalty for delays. But in your builder-buy agreement, is it an equitable clause? Are they paying as much penalty as they ask from you?
First of all, their whole paperwork is lopsided, shoddy. In some of the agreements, there is no penalty clause, and in some of the agreements, it is only 10 rupees per square feet. Now imagine anyway, the customer when pays 20% advance and has already paid some EMIs, he is like a captured customer. He has to sign on the dotted line and he can't do anything, and he never believes that a person of Pradeep Jain's stature or company like Parasnath, which is public listed company, will do such a thing that later on after 10 years he will only get false promises of getting 10 rupees per square feet delay when the possession is giving. So it is all a false illusion which they are creating. They are not going to give anything because the core issue is that they cannot manage their greed.
Right. All right. Vaibhav, do you think this case can be brought under the jurisdiction of the CCI? Is that a valid area where they can seek relief? Also, this is a listed company, Pasavnath. Can they approach SEBI?
I believe both the jurisdictions are going to be available to them because if I'm not mistaken, the CCI already is conducting an investigation into a few developers, and if I believe Parasnath is also one of them. So moto they had taken up this action. So they are under the scanner, plus the buyers certainly have the right of going to the CCI for abuse of dominance if they're able to establish dominance, which could also be possible. And appreciable adverse effect on competition. Apart from that, the CCI can give them damages as well as compensation, and there are penalty provisions, cease and desist and agreements can be brought about. So that's something they may want to evaluate. SEBI is certainly a very strong regulator. It's a listed company. As was just mentioned earlier, the prices in the stock market have gone down to some 20 or 21 rupees, while it was at one point selling very high. There are some grave allegations in terms of misinformation to the regulator, the way the AGM seems to be have conducted, the little that I heard right now also in terms of just reading the top line and the bottom line, falsification of attendance register. I mean, if there is truth to these allegations, I think that there is something very, very serious, and all these regulators are quite primed up to, take notice and do some corrective action over here.
Dr. Kumar, I know you're not in the right position to answer this question, but however, there's a lot of market buzz regarding what Pasavnath is going to do with its non-core assets. It's going to trim and reduce its debt by selling some land parcels. It's expecting to get a lot of rentals from some projects it's handling. Have you had any word from the company in terms of how they're going to shore up their resources to deliver your project on time? What has the communication been like from Pasavnath?
Actually, again and again we are asking them to have a meeting with us, with the association. We want a meeting with them to rectify our issues and everything. Every now and then they have a meeting. They say we will have it on Monday, we will have it on Tuesday, we will have it on Thursday, and on the same day they just cancel it like anything. Okay, Mr. Jain is not there, or they give some of the lame excuses and they just go away. Then they give another time. So at this time we stand nowhere. We have given the money. We are just waiting. We are waiting for the 7 long years, and there is nothing. We are not getting anything.
No answers from the developer,
No,
right?
no answers from us.
Mr. Mittal, from all this experience, what have you learned? For other buyers like you who are struggling to get their home, what would you advise them?
First of all, definitely do detailed due diligence of whatever you are buying. Don't only get into the illusion of big ads or fancy sample flats. Unfortunately, today I was talking to one of the brokers. He told me कि पारसनाथ कंपनी ने ला ट्रॉपिकाना का सैम्पल फ्लैट दिखा के आज अपना 44 सिटीज़ के अंदर अपना जो पूरा नेटवर्क बिछाया है. इट इज़ ओनली बिकॉज ऑफ द सैम्पल फ्लैट विच दे शो. सो बेसिकली ड्यू डिलिजेंस अच्छे से करिए, देखिए उनके पास रिक्वायर्ड परमिशंस हैं कि नहीं हैं, और इसमें समय लगेगा, कोई जल्दी नहीं है. कोई भी फ्लैट, कोई चीज़ आज की डेट में जल्दबाजी में ख़रीदने के बाद आज वही होता है कि आज हमारे कुछ ऐसे मेंबर्स हैं बेचारे जिन्होंने अपने प्रोविडेंट फंड बहुत पूरी ज़िंदगी की सेविंग्स लगा के, देयर इज़ वन बायर रिटायर्ड ओल्ड कपल, टुडे दे आर लिविंग इन रेंटल for last 5-7 years and they come and they cry on the site and unfortunately I know कि आज भी अगर आज पारसनाथ पूरे वर्कफोर्स को भी लगा दे तो 3 से 5 साल से पहले ये प्रोजेक्ट कंप्लीट नहीं कर पाएगा. तो ऐसे सब सिचुएशंस को देख के हमें सीखना चाहिए कि जल्दीबाजी में हम कोई डिसीजन ना लें.
And also, would you say don't fall for the bait of it being called a FDI funded project? Clearly, there's no money for
First of all, ये जो पूरा जो FDI का जो illusion, ये जो ड्रामा क्रिएट किया जाता है, we must understand what is foreign direct investment. That's also a loan. That's also buying of equity in a company. I mean, that is not something which can accelerate the progress of the project. So we shall never ever get impressed by this word FDI because that does not help the buyer in any way.
Right. Vaibhav, one final word from you. How can a developer, how can a buyer, what kind of weapons can he have in his armor to shield against such malpractices? Is it just about the builder-buy agreement, carefully going through all the clauses? How can he shield himself?
I don't think just carefully going through all the clauses is going to suffice, because as of now, until the CCI is able to change those contracts around, it is completely lopsided and it's an industry practice, it appears. So they will be left with no choice whatsoever and they don't have a negotiating power at all. However, in cases like this, there are a lot of remedies which are available to the authorities here. SEBI, as we just spoke about, CCI, we spoke about, the Consumer Forum is there for specific redressal. If there is forgery and fudging of documents and accounts and there is a fraud element, you will be entitled to invoke the criminal jurisprudence over there, which is a strong measure to take. You may want to also look into affairs. There is the Serious Fraud Investigation Unit that comes into play. If there are FDIs which have been brought in and if there is manipulation of those funds or if they have been diverted, there are a whole host of authorities which come into play. It really depends from company to company and project to project, and some of the allegations being leveled here are quite grave. It really depends on what they want and how hard are they willing to fight at the end of the day.
All right, so serious allegations against Pasavnath. Home buyers say they're going to pursue this case in higher courts, go to consumer redressal forums or even the CCI if that's what it takes. Also, we hope Pasavnath, as they told us, they're going to honor their timelines and offer these buyers a patient hearing on their problems. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me today. We'll have to take a short break right here now, but there's lots more to come.